How you doing? This is Casca. I think it's Casca anyway. I think we got Mike now. Alright. Um, Caravans. hmm Caravans. My guy looks sad. 'Cause I am sad. I am sad. Okay, so...
Keep those torches lit. We don't want any surprises lurking in the shadows.
Shut the frack up. Okay. I have built a new thing for this. So, let me tell you a little story which might explain the way I am to people. Okay? Well, I started playing basketball in like 9th grade. My 7th and 8th grade, I just wrestled. I had moved to a new school. They didn't have wrestling. Anyway, so I was having some problems. I was talking to my stepfather about it, and he's like, he was in the infantry. I was in the infantry too later, but I was in 9th grade when I'm talking to him. Right, and I'm telling him, Coach wants me to think strategically or tactically, I guess would be a better term.
Another day, another patrol. Let's make sure everyone stays safe.
I was good at dribbling and passing the wall, and I'm a decent shot. In any case, I'm like, I can't think that fast. And my stepfather's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, you got this going on there, you got this going on there. Where am I going to pass the ball? What's the best thing to do? He says, well, I don't think that fast either. But one thing I learned in the Army was there's a little trick to that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, what's that? And he says, you got to make it a habit. You got to make it a habit. You just got to practice over and over and make it a habit so that when you see something, it's just a reflex to do it the right way. And I'm like, huh. So that actually had a lasting impression upon me. In 20 years of my life, I spent developing habits. Right? So I think, now we're on to caravans. I think that maybe my thought process is the problem here. I want to I want the caravan to take something over to another place, right? And so I think I start with caravan taking over to there. But the start part is taking over to there. No, that's not how this system is working. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got it figured out now. How is it working? Well, let us add a route. Okay, so first thing we need is the delivery place. And since I only have the one outpost, this is it. Okay. And look, right on the top it says load at Camp Woodstock. Okay, well that's fine, but that's not how this system works. This should be on the top. Unload at Camp Woodstock. Okay? Why you got it on the bottom? Because this is where you have to start. Unload at Camp Woodstock. And what do I want to unload? Well, I got over there, I need some axes, so actually we need the rugged, I guess. Need rugged axes. We need to take some food over there. We're just gonna go with fine stew, fish stew, and gruel. Okay. Now this is gonna be a repeatable thing, so we're gonna put it to top up here. See, this just seems, right now, it just seems out of order to me. But it's the way it has to be done. Okay? So, I want how many axes on? 3 over there. You top it up to 3. Everybody's gonna grab one. So all my military guys are over there. They're just decimating the place. Alright. And I've got 20 people over there. So we're gonna put this at 20. They're also making their own food over there. But if they don't have enough over there, then this guy will top it up. Everybody doesn't get hungry at the same time. Is there anything else I need over there? Yes. I need some, I don't know, just use pieces of raw meat. It's the medium one. And we'll take 20 of that over there. Let's make it 30. Okay, we're going to need some sage. Wait. Yes. No. Garlic. We'll take both. Because they are cooking over there. And they've got a well over there, so I don't need to take water. Gonna need some fish. Because they're cooking over there. And we'll top it up to 30. And what's the other one? Gruel. I'm gonna need some grain. Some egg. Alright. It takes care of their food, takes care of their equipment. I'm actually going to be putting a mine over there too, so I'm going to put in sturdy pickaxe. There it is. We should get a drop down list here. I can't remember what things. They just hate old people, is what it is. It's like, I don't remember what the fuck you named it. Because the other one's a rugged axe, right? Why is it a rugged pickaxe? Because. But I'm just saying, it's just like, okay. They don't want old people playing their game. I get it. I wish you could move this stuff up. Because this is a complaint. Move that up. Right up with my other tools up there. You know. No. Okay, that's it. That's all I had to do. This will deliver all this stuff to Camp Woodstock. Okay. Well, it's not always going to take all this stuff. It's just going to top up what it needs over there, and they know that by telegraph. We got the whole telegraph system in now. So they're only going to load up what they need to top it up over there. I better increase these. In any case, that's it. Except not. Okay. So, the other part is load at Camp Woodstock. But don't do it here. Go over to Oakley. That's my town. And unload at Oakley. We're going to get wood. But I want wood last. On the list. Because I want them to take all the wood that they can take. So, I want them to take other stuff out of there before that I always want them to take. And the wood is going to be a variable number. Okay, the other things will be a variable number too, but I want them in the cart first. So that when they get to the wood, then they just use what space is left in the cart. And what do we want? We want broken stuff. Broken. Pickaxes. Broken. Rugged. Oh. I want them all from over there. But I don't, you have to put this at top up so that they do it, so I guess, what the fuck? I mean, 100. I'll leave it at 101 so I know it's a fake number. It's just a placeholder. They ain't never gonna have 101 broken over there in the first place, but this doesn't care about over there. This is talking about here at Oakley, and I don't have 100 of these here, so good. Bring them up here, over here till they're at 100 so my guys can fix it. Okay? That's all it's saying. Bring them over here from the stop before Woodstock until, you know, to get to 101. If I got 101 broken pickaxes and axes laying around, then I gotta fire somebody, or maybe we'll just, execute them and put them into stocks. We'll put them into stocks. Okay. And bringing back as far as food, I'm hoping they'll have extra food over there. So we're gonna do the same thing to bring back. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but here's why. We're gonna leave some there, but that's a rule you have to make later. Okay, so we get fine stew. And see, I'm having a problem. Here's the problem. Let me explain that before I explain why I'm taking food out of there. The reason I'm taking food out of there is because my guards are going to work mode, yeah, when we're done going out and destroying the bandit camps that keep popping up. Like, I swear to God, I just wiped out a ton of them, and I was looking at the map, and there's like 4 or 5 just appeared. I'm like, what is going on? I think I had that figured out too. That's another tutorial. But I'm stocking them up here in town, this town, Oakley. And when I stock them up, when they get back, it's mostly for them to unload stuff. They don't seem to want to unload the food. I can't do anything about it. But I need them to unload all the other loot that we picked up here in Oakley. Otherwise, I have to haul it back in a caravan from the other town. Get it? So when they do that, they end up with food that they're set for in their group of military campaigns. So they got a bunch of food on them, is what I'm saying. And they're taking that all back to Camp Woodstock, and I need to bring it back here. And I can't get all of it because I don't know what they picked up, because they don't put the picked up stuff away either. So when we loot the bodies of the people that we killed, they're getting some food, and I go over there every once in a while, it's laying on the ground. Don't know why it's laying on the ground, because there's no slot in the barn for it. But I'm going to go through and put that in there, and then we're going to have to figure out, to bring it back. But it's going to be a long-ass list, I guess. But right now, the ones I'm concerned about is the ones that they're picking up here, and we're going to do those. So the fine stew, and I want this at, right, and then the fish and the gruel. So this top-up number is the number here. And that means I want them to take all of it. Every fine stew, fish, and gruel that's over there. Okay, as far as the meats and all that, they can keep that over there. As far as the garlic and sage, they can keep that over there. But there's going to be extra of this, and I want it back over here. So why cook over there? Well, it's supplementing my cooking over here too, but I found out we're running out of food here because I'm running the military guys so much to keep grabbing so much and taking it back home with them. They're getting carry out, man. And unfortunately, I need the food back here too. Okay, as you can see right now, they're going to be bringing 9 fine stew and 11 fish stew. So you can see what's going to be moved. To get them 30 over there, they're taking 6 from here. And to get, but this is going to change in a minute. Okay, and to get, well, to 201 over here, they're taking 9 from there. And to get to 201 over here, they're taking 11 from there. Right? Is there a damn deer sitting on? Oh, I see his head right there. Okay. Anyway, we're not done, because now we got to make rules. But this will move the stuff. What we've done is enough to move the stuff. And if it was simple, okay, it wouldn't be a problem. What we need to do is look at the stuff we're taking from here. Okay. Unloading here, I'm sorry. See, my mind wants to start with take. Okay, if I'm going to walk somewhere and take something from one location to another, the first thing I think about is picking it up. I'm sorry, my brain's trained that way. I mean, so much in my life is reflex. Well, habit. Okay? Habits like, reloading your weapon, clearing a jam, whatever. Things I've done 1,000 times over and over, so I don't have to think about it when somebody's trying to shoot me in the head. Alright, so here, we don't start with take, we start with unloading. Like we already had this stuff in our arms. Okay? And then we go back to Oakley here, and all this stuff here, which we're unloading at Woodstock, we want to make sure to keep some of it here. For example, I've got to check my amounts, but I think I pretty much got tools set to 10, but I'm going to check it. But I want to leave, let's say, 6 of each tool here, so we're starting with, what is it, rugged axe. And always load, but keep 6 at Oakley. Ta-da! But you need the other thing. Okay? And it just, let's go back, go over what we've done. We started at Woodstock, not at Oakley. We started at Woodstock. We added everything that we want to unload at Woodstock. Okay? That's how you got to do it. And we go over here to Oakley and we put everything we want to unload at Oakley. This is not everything because we didn't get wood in here. But I know I'm going to have to take wood out again because I'm thinking something. But right now, wood isn't the problem in my life. I've got too much wood. Yeah, that's what she said. Anyway, that's why I want it at the bottom. When they get all this loaded into the cart, then they will load the wood. I think it goes in order. I hope so. If it doesn't matter, then, well, screw. Then we have no control over it, and we'll never get our broken pickaxes back. Right? I think it works, though. So, since we want rules, we don't want them to take all my rugged pickaxes and all that. I'd rather the production stop over there than stop over here at Oakley. If there's not enough rugged axes, and there's not enough sturdy pickaxes here, then production will stop. Although my guys are putting this stuff into, like, the mine. They take over the pickaxes to the mine. Okay. The porters do that. The delivery guys do that. Okay, so we always want to take some. If they need them over there, it's not going to take any. If they don't need them, we already have that set up under Woodstock. Okay, and we're going to keep 6 here at Oakley. That is wrong 6. Okay, and what else? Well, it saves automatically, so you can go over here and look. Right. I want to leave some fine stew and all that stuff there for them. And we're going to make it 30. So when they get over 30 over there, which we already have that set, oh, this is how many we want to leave here. This is my fault. My brain was doing it again. I'm always thinking about taking first. This is how many I want here, and my cooks are set to 100 here now. Okay. We don't need 100 here, so we're gonna make it which works out fine. I've got, I don't know how many people I got. I'm getting a lot of people. I would say 40-ish people here. But population's about to be moving to the new place. About to be working on that. But this is fine. My cooks are cooking 100. They're trying to. I just took them off of every other job. I don't know what the hell's going on with production. It's not a matter of resources, so I was thinking they must have been on other jobs doing that. What else do we got here? Let's go look. We got this stuff, which we should be okay with them taking the stuff, but just in case, I'm just gonna set them to 100 here for all this stuff, and they lose out over there if I don't have the ingredients over here. That make any sense? So, well, we'll probably do 70 again. So, what do we got? We got the pieces of meat. We've got the, I don't even care. I have so much of that. And I got 1,000 fish. Okay. I should be okay on garlic. Garlic is actually the only one I really care about. Let's make sure we have 70 of that here. Okay, dummy. Wrong way. And sage, we should be good, but okay, fine. I've increased, I think, the sage and garlic production to 300 over here. They can't get that because of seeds, but, you know, that's a me problem. It's not a caravan problem. But I don't want them taking all the garlic and sage. And it can't. I'm telling you, I probably got enough. Problem is, some of my things, because we were running out of room, have all the things turned on, and sage is halfway across town. It kind of pisses my cooks off. They have to walk over there, I guess. Alright. What else is on that list at Woodstock? Right, that's it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Right, well, I gotta fix my thing. But yeah, I want them to keep... I don't think I'm using eggs for anything right now, but I'm about to get the bakeries, so... We're gonna do the same thing with eggs as we've done with these two that sometimes have a problem, because I haven't got an infinite amount of chickens. I do have 2 coops, but... And we'll keep... Let's just go with 50. I have no idea. I know you can need eggs for bacon, but I don't know what is baking. Not bacon. I said bacon, but I was meaning baking. Bacon's good though. Who doesn't like bacon? Oh, I guess some people don't like bacon. They've never had bacon. That's the thing. Yes, that's all I can reason out of that. Okay. So, this combines, this is my wish list. Let's call this the wish list for Woodstock. Minus the rules. The rules for Oakley. You can't take all this stuff from Oakley. Okay. And we have to do the same thing with Oakley. We have to make rules here at Woodstock related to what they're taking out of Oakley. I mean, out of Woodstock. This is what they're taking out of Woodstock. We're on the Oakley thing. This is what they're taking out of Woodstock. Because they're unloading it at Oakley. Okay? So, as far as the broken pickaxes and the rugged pickaxes, take them all. I want all of them, but I want to leave some of the food. Okay? So, at Woodstock here, we need rules for that. We need fine, stew, we need fish, stew, and we need gruel, stew. Okay, it's not stew. And we'll always load it, but we will keep a certain amount to feed my troops, which is going to be 30. That I want to keep at Woodstock. I know, it seems convoluted. But it is. It is convoluted. So, taking this over there, well, he's not going to take any more than they need over there. And like I said, we got the telegraph. He knows. Okay? But they're carrying shit over there. And there might be 60 stew over there because I got almost... I do have 20 soldiers now. 20 something. Well, it better not be 20 something actually. Oh, the medics are back here at Oakley. Yeah, it is 20 something. But it's 22. Exactly how many soldiers I have. But there's only 20 over there. Because that's all I was going to have over there. See what I'm saying? I have a problem if everybody was over there. The medics are here for now until I put another tent up or something, but I'm planning on moving all the soldiers to the new place, so because that's what the new place is for, so I don't have to run halfway across this damn map and to intercept those brigands. Right. So I know it seems convoluted because this is a complex example, but hey, everybody's going to have complex examples. So, at Woodstock, these are rules. These are rules. These are orders to take things here. These are rules to leave stuff here. Okay, there's other rules, you know. If I wanted to get some of that food out there, I would come in here. But I have no list of what's over there. No easy way to do this. They're taking random shit off of dead bodies and they're throwing it on the ground over there, and I'm throwing it into the barn because I don't want to carry it back. Okay, but what I could do is everything that I don't want over there, I could go through the entire list of foods. I'd have to write it down because they got no way for me to do it easily. Okay, but I could write down but these guys are moving. But this is a special case situation. If I wanted them to take that food out of there, for example, cranberries seem to be a lot, okay, I would just put it in here. Just go like that, I guess, but I kind of want to keep it in here. So if I always want to bring the cranberries, I guess I would do that. Always load, keep 0 at Woodstock. Okay? But in order to get all the stuff that they're picking up, and some of it's higher level stuff now that I I'm not even cooking yet. I'll have to put, keep putting stuff in here, make a big ass list. Okay? Like the blueberry thing. What's a blueberry? Maybe it's berry bread. They're getting a lot of that. They're also getting, is it the berry jam? No, it's something else jam. Beetroot jam. Okay, so always load, keep 0 there. Bring that shit back here. My people would eat it. No, actually it seems to be all spoiling back here, but whatever. So, in order to get all that random shit in there, I'd have to put every kind of food that I don't want to keep there. So it is possible to do. It's just there's no easy way to do it except for pulling the names out of your Nikta and typing it up in here, and I don't really know. I mean, there's going to be like, and I'm not really going to worry about it. Like these ones, I mean, if the people want to load up on them and take them out, when we go to combat, fine. It's fine with me. But they're not actually using that stockpile over there, the barn over there, to do that. Because when I stock them up, they're coming over here to do that. So this will work the way it is. Let's go through this. Camp Woodstock. We're going to take all this stuff out there, but we can start with unload. Okay, let's check our rules. We want to keep, this is related to what he's picking up here. We want to keep 6 rugged axes, 630 pickaxes, and 70 of each of these at Oakley. Okay, it says orders for Oakley up here. Now, we're bringing this stuff back, and our rules for that is, I better leave some wood actually. Right, these are the things we're bringing back. These are the rules for the things we're bringing back. And wait, did I get wood in here? Yeah, I did put wood in. Okay, so wood. I've got fires over there, so always keep they take 8. I mean, they're cutting wood all the time over there, so it shouldn't be a problem, but we leave 8 in the barn over there, along with 30 of each of those for them to mow on. What? What's going on? Why is it doing that? Okay, and that's it. So let's turn this on. Get that going. That was the wrong tool. Oh no, shit. So I'll show you what I'm doing with my troops. The tutorial's over. I told you how it works. You don't have to make the rules, but you do have to do the unload part. Why am I? Oh, I'm totally out of food. I'm like, well, I'm so tired. I've been working all day. Alright, we got some food in here. What's good for stamina? That's good enough. I'm gonna call my guys in. I don't know how long it's been since that was trying to go up. Oh no! Yeah, I don't want that. They moved my squad again. I'm gonna rearrange my squads. This first squad, I like them to stock up here, and 4 squads stuck up here. Uh-oh, what happened there? I feel like it didn't work. Well, that's why that was going down. It must have been a while ago. I have to go and take Bradford back now. So while I was doing that tutorial, hey, I got a save game. Yeah. So the tutorial's over. I am going to go back and load my save game. I have to rebuild my little route again, but I'd rather do that than have to fight to get Bradford back because I was doing a damn tutorial. Oh, yeah, we're not saving. No, I'm not gonna save. Alright, so it's over. So just remember, think of it as unloading first. Where you're taking stuff to, go to the unload part of that first. And then if you need some rules so that it don't take all the stuff out of the... What's the opposite of destination? From the origin base, the one before it, put the rules in there. But I think it'd be easier to think of it as, yeah, this is what I want to unload. And always think of it as, this is what I want to unload at Woodstock in my case. And then after Woodstock, this is what I want to unload at Oakley, right? So that, because I keep going to Oakley and saying, hey, this is what I want to load. And it's just, I don't know, the way my thought process goes, but that's not the way they've got it set up. You got to start with, this is what I want to unload at the second place in your list of places you're going. And the loading takes care of itself, unless you need a rule to stop them from taking stuff. That's it. You don't need to do anything. If you want everything out of Oakley to go to Woodstock, don't even worry about a rule. If let's say, let's say I was just making a route, and actually I'm going to do that, to go out there and get wood at at Woodstock. I would just, put wood in there and put a top up back at Oakley at actually I think I'm at 2,000 wood in Oakley right now, so yeah, we're cutting too much wood. But yeah, okay. You guys get it. Unload first. Start with putting your list of things that you want to take care of in the unload part. Casca out.